The Pines is like a family. And I've been in sales a long time, and I've heard that many times, but this time it rang true. It sort of convinced me that the Pines is a place where we would be treated as part of the family. Family is the most important thing. This is a time when you look back on your life and you realize that all through your life, the thread of family is what is important.
We didn't have a strong support network, so we decided fairly early on that we were going to need to have some kind of a place like a CCRC. The other side of the coin was that we saw a number of friends who were somewhat older than we, who didn't have the right supporting services.
It's very important to have your family and your friends. It's always nice to have a lovely home, but being with people, I think, is more important, and having the support of people around you and being able to talk to people.
We were looking for a comfortable, well-run, financially sound organization. We felt that the Pines at Whiting has been a stable organization. It's well-run. Management knows what they're doing, and there's no reason why we should ever consider changing.
So we looked here, we looked at many places though. We didn't just decide we were going to move here. We made many comparisons before we moved here, and this one, and we're glad we chose it.
It is a complete existence for you to be covered in all areas.
One of the things you wanted to get away from is the work that's involved in keeping up a house.
Gives us more time to read, to do what you want to do, take walks. And if you go to the hospital, when you come back, there's a place to go. And this physical therapy, I hear, is excellent here.
We just don't have to worry about anything. We can just live and love and learn. I love the exercise programs. We go to Ron's classes regularly, and we enjoy, I go to Tai Chi too, Wednesday mornings, and I enjoy it a lot.
I was 72, which somebody said, oh, that's so young, but if you get involved in all the activities that are here and you still keep active, you keep your car, you can do everything that you want to do.
Our church is 7 miles away that we love. We've been there for 30 years and we have friends there.
Sports, bowling, shuffleboard,
bocce. He's gotten into all of that already, which made me happy. Yeah.
The food to this day is fantastic. If you're not satisfied with the menu here, you're not going to be satisfied anywhere.
Here they offer 2 meals per day, breakfast and dinner. Mr. Jensen feels that the camaraderie and exposure to other people is one of the important facets of living here. He has stimulated the use of supplying a second meal. And I think it's been very, very nice, because previously we didn't show up in the place where we had meals until the evening meal.
I sometimes eat in the dining room, sometimes in the Cove, and I like the mixture of having both. The Cove's a little more informal, dining room's a little formal sometimes. The best thing is I don't have to cook it.
Well, when we first moved in here, I thought I was in the best hotel you could find anywhere in New York. And the food, better than anything those hotels could serve you.
My wife had developing dementia. Each year it got a little bit worse. Either I had to get outside help to help me help her, or I had to look for a lifetime community.
There's a fairly narrow window. Most people don't want to go to a CCRC before retirement, and so the tendency is to wait until they've at least been retired, and then something serious happens in their health, and then they really have some problems. We did come from a CCRC before. The critical reason for our making the move, I guess we didn't really appreciate it until we got there, how difficult it was to get into a car in the dead of winter, drive over to get dinner, and then drive back in the cold weather.
We wanted a place to go that we knew that if something happened to me, she would be taken care of, which was the main object, because I am 5 years older than Charity. So this seemed like the natural place for us to go so that we could spend the rest of our life in safety.
And I was getting ready to retire from my job as a teacher, and I had already visited Charity and Bob very, very often, and I didn't own a home, so I didn't have to sell anything. And they encouraged me, and I loved it down here, so that's what brought me here.
It was affordable. It offered the continuing care. It was close to my son, who lives in Toms River. It was a decision that I had to make, and I couldn't put it on the kids to make it. This is the place that I wanted to be with my wife.
I always knew that it was in my life plan. Number one was I like the location. I have lost some of my friends and my support system that was out on Long Beach Island. For the first time that I had been there, I felt alone. I felt I needed to be in a place where I would have care if I needed it, and friends and people around me. So I felt this was the time.
A year ago, about this time, we had a head-on collision. And we're just thankful to the Lord that we're still here. Through the year then, I kept saying, Sam, I don't think that I can manage this home anymore. And I just don't feel like cooking or shopping anymore.
We never know from day to day what's going to happen, and this gives you a very secure feeling.
My daughter has since told me that we gave her and my son a great gift, a gift of peace of mind for them.
We feel rather strongly about making our own independent decisions, and hopefully we will for a few more years anyway.
We'd both gone through with our own parents, trying to find a place when it was too late. You know, they waited until they were either sick or too old, and then it was up to the children to find a place. And you know, they didn't have the choice. We wanted our own choice.
I wanted to have some control over what happened. I have children whose lives are very busy, and I felt that I would be helping them if I made these decisions before I actually needed to.
I began to realize what a real gift it was to us, because it shapes our relationship as adults with one another. It's not one of, I need to care for my parents. It's one of, we continue to have that family relationship with each other.
We have 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls, and especially the one that works in Philadelphia, Sam. He was so anxious to take us in. He said, I'll sell my house and I'll build another one so that you could live with us. And we thought that over, and I thought, we'd be doing you a favor. I didn't say this to him, but we'd be doing you a favor if we did not come and live with you.
To move here after it's too late to enjoy the Pines, you might just as well not move here at all. You might just as well move directly into assisted living or nursing home conditions. Well, if you wait too long, you just miss all of this. It would just be a waste of time, really.
Once you hit the 80 mark, your health begins to vary quite a bit, and I think that you should have been looking into places like this.
The famous word comes something like, don't wait until it's too late. Of course, the thing to do is get to a place like this before it's too late.
I can't stress how important it is to come when you can walk in to a place like this.
On your own.
On your own. So do it now while you can.
I like the Pines type of financial arrangement. By the time I decided that I needed help, the recession was on, and we had a lot less money than we did before. And I submitted my financial statement to the Pines, and they were very good about the way they handled that part of it. That was one big part of the decision to come here.
If I was able to come in, financially speaking, then anybody could come in. It's not as hard as you think it is.
I just came back from a trip to Minnesota, and driving back, I was anxious to get here because I do consider this my home. Jean called the Pines her palace, which of course made me sure I made the right choice.
We found a home where we can live happily and well for the rest of our lives.
It's a home for either and both for years to come.
for as many years as God allowed us to live here.